So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Melanie Nelson. I am the director of sales for TLS. I am a director with the company and part of the $1 Million Club. And I just want to say thanks for being here. Thanks for investing in yourself, in your information, and really just moving your business forward. Because right now, as JR said last night, there is a massive opportunity. People need what we have to offer. They need our business, they need our products, and we have solutions. And that we definitely need to be taking advantage of this opportunity to serve more people, because that's really what this business is about. We don't profit off of this unless we're helping people. We actually have to serve and help others in order to benefit. So if anybody's feeling a little weird about that, you shouldn't, because it's only after you help people that you benefit. So, but so do they, and so does everyone, because that's how our plan works. So I want to say a couple things that I wish could maybe be left unsaid, but I feel like it's a very important thing to set the context. There is going to be a huge wave of opportunities, both in your own teams, right? Because leaders within their groups are going to be putting out more of their own meetings and their own opportunities. You can also step up and be a leader and get a Zoom account and start doing more of these. Okay. So for those of you who maybe have been a little resistant to the 21st century, maybe a little resistant to getting to know technology, as Elizabeth Weber is known for saying, get over it, right? And time to move forward into the 21st century. So we can all successful people do that. All successful people are versatile, they're adaptable, and they move quickly with the times. So that's what we want to do. Number two is, yes, within your own teams is going to be incredible opportunities to build your business. And there will be within each division, Motives, TLS, Web Centers, Debt Shredder. We're all going to be putting out more opportunities from an executive sales team standpoint. We are going to be putting out more for you guys. The GMTSS is going to be putting out a ton of stuff for you as well that was already on the calendar and is now being turned online, so you can all take advantage of it. So what an amazing opportunity. And Market America Corporate is putting out a schedule coming up starting, I believe, already on the 23rd of several meetings a week of amazing opportunities to plug guests into, to get trained, to learn. And it's going to be incredible. So this is really, truly an incredible opportunity to be taking advantage of. So let's talk about the fact that even though there's going to be these big group presentations, it's absolutely important that we still engage in those one-on-one appointments or those two-on-one appointments through Zoom, through FaceTime, through webinar, through Skype, through Facebook chat, in any and every way you can. You still want to be connecting with people. Let's not just use just the large group presentations. You want to be connecting with people. You want to have those follow-up appointments that are more one-on-one. The goal setting, the making the calls, the, three-way call with your business partner, all of that cannot be replaced by big group corporate presentations. We need to be still engaged in those activities in our own businesses and helping our team with that, because we cannot ever replace that connection. Plus, it's so good for our mental and emotional health, especially those extroverts out there who are like practically in the fetal position already going, "It's no bueno, this like home quarantine. And they're dying right now. Us introverts are like, heck, this is great. No big deal, right? So but either way, that connection is so good for our mental and emotional health. So we definitely want to be continuing with that, you guys. Now with that said, like any of our meetings, if here I am. I've done, even though I'm not leaving the house today, I'm doing a training. So guess what? I put on my Motives makeup. I did my hairs, all of them. And so it's important. I know it's very easy. We're all probably love to spend the rest of the day in sweatpants and not comb our hair, but we are $1 million business. And so when you are leading these or joining these and you're going to be seen, I just want to encourage everybody to remain, vigilant around the professionalism that Market America is known for in regards to representing our $1 million business. So, and have as much as possible a nice clean background and things like that if you're going to be seen on any of these Zooms moving forward, whether it's a one-on-one, two-on-one, you're a panelist, that kind of thing. So let's just be stepping up our game there, okay? Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Now that I've covered all of those sort of foundational elements, I want to make sure we are good to go here. So moving forward, there's never been a better time to build our business, truly. And if this hasn't convinced people to be open, I don't know what will, right? Because this is what we talk about. We talk about all the time, build the ark before you need it, right? And build the business before you need it. And in order to build a business, you have to develop a business mindset. So if you build this like a business, it will pay you like a business. And so even though it seems like, a few days into home quarantine, we're all feeling like, woo, Netflix and popcorn. I get it, right? However, it's absolutely imperative that we treat this like a business. It's part-time, not spare time. So it's not when it's convenient. It's not when you feel like it. It's set hours. And in the 2 to 3 year business plan, those set hours, 8 to 15 a week, that's a part-time basis. So y'all got a new part-time job now that maybe for the very first time in your unfranchised owner career, you could be taking seriously. And that's a gift. Thank you, right? Just say thank you, because what a beautiful opportunity. So as in all businesses have a database. So in order to maximize this movement forward that we have, all these opportunities that we have at our fingertips to take advantage of and build our business, you need to build your database. Now, I have a business background. I've been in traditional business my entire adult life, got out of college, started my first business. And every business that I know of, including all of the ones I've owned and operated, have a database. And we call it names list in Market America. So we definitely want to create that. So one of the biggest mistakes is that people will put a couple beans in the jar and keep inviting them. Keep inviting those two beans to the retail event, or those 2 beans to the UBP, or maybe 4. And you just get upset because they never show up, right? And so part of the discouraging nature of that is you have this itty teeny bitty names list. And so it's really important that you build your database. And a database is everybody you know and know of without any prejudgment, whether they be good as customers, good at the business, want it, need it, doesn't matter. Throw it away. Say thank you for sharing and throw it away. Don't prejudge. Who are your circles of influence? Who are your friends? Friends right now, friends from college, friends from high school, friends from junior high. Who are your friends from work? Maybe past jobs, families, neighbors, not just neighbors you have now, neighbors you had. Could you get in touch with them? High school, college, classmates, church communities, professional contacts. These are your dentist, your lawyer, your chiropractor, your lawn care company, your pest, your painters, who are your professional contacts. That's a great circle of influence because a lot of them are very business orientated. Have you been a part of organizations in the past or currently, or associations or hobbies, meetup groups, work colleagues, right? Social media accounts. Create your list within circles of influence so that you're not judging people. You're just, okay, this is dad's side of the family. This is everybody on dad's side of the family. Okay, this is mom's side of the family. This is everybody on mom's side of the family. This is everybody. Okay, I have kids. Oh, kids will open up your world, right? You've got their faculty, their who are their friends? Well, their friends have parents, right? Their friends have families. And so they have, coaches or music teachers or, those types of people. So you just think of people in circles of influence and just write them down, write them down, write them down, write them down. And the average person will have 250 names in 30 minutes using circles of influence, not judgment about who is going to be right for the business or the products. So that's your database. And then from your database, you're going to go, okay, I'm going to invite these people, these people, these people this week. Sunday comes up. Okay, new group of people that I'm going to invite, and I have to follow up with those people from last week. And so there's this constant delving of names from your database each week to call into and book into whatever is coming up. Okay, but first you gotta have a database that gives you confidence. It gives you posture, because you only need a handful of customers and you only need a handful of people in your business, right? Base 10, 7 strong. That's what we want to create. So if we know that all we need is a handful of customers and a handful of business partners that we personally have brought to the table in our business, what a beautiful thing. If you have 200 names, somewhere in there is going to be 6 happy owners, and somewhere in there is going to be 10 to 15 happy customers, or they're going to know the people who will be. Okay, now another part-time job that we have in this business is prospecting, which means adding names to your list. That's what prospecting is. It's not recruiting, okay? So everybody just needs to take that right out of their brains, and just no recruiting. You are not sponsoring and recruiting somebody when you meet them. You are simply meeting them and you're making a new friend. Now, in the social media days, this has become easier and easier. And now that is where your focused effort is going to need to be while we are all staying at home. Except for the spring breakers, I heard, are all going to Fort Myers and Miami Beach anyway. I just saw that on the news clip. They're all like, whatever, if I get coronavirus, party on. And so these kids, right? Good times. So aside from the spring breakers, we're all staying home. But you want to meet people, you want to make a new friend, you want to listen and care without an agenda. Don't manipulate the conversation. Just see if you even like the person. So prospecting is something we should be doing all the time. It's part of who we are now as unfranchised owners and networkers, right? We're networkers, and that's every professional, isn't it? Every professional on the planet is networking. Your dentist is always asking you to send referrals. Your chiropractor wants you to network and send them new patients. So this is not new to the professional world. So we want to add names to your list. That's what we're going to be doing. So pick a platform on social media and master it. Don't try to master all of them. Don't be on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter and do all of them, terribly. Pick one and just focus on it. Facebook, I feel, is God's gift to our business because it really minimizes the time to build rapport. There's interest groups on it. There's meetup groups on it. There's names lists you can really grab from Facebook. And it even suggests for you people you may know, people you may want to be friends with, right? What a great, it's literally giving you potential names. I mean, come on, you guys. If you haven't, like I said, got into the 21st century yet, you really need to now. It's time to get on board. So this means that instead of us meeting someone everywhere we go and having the 3-foot rule, as Elizabeth Weber has, and I think Elizabeth and Big Al's are more like 10 to 15 feet, really. I mean, they will just go walk so that they get within 3 feet of people, right? And so the focused effort here needs to be making new friends and starting new conversations on your social media platform. So if you're in the scroll hole, please don't just be watching kitten videos and birds and dogs and, rescuing whales and all of the things we can get lost in on social media. Make a concerted work effort to make new friends and start some conversations. And that's how we can prospect and add new names to our list. I'm going to tell you that I always tell everybody on my team, please do not mass message your Facebook list, your email list about anything coming up. Okay. That's what I call lazy marketing. All right. It just doesn't work. It's a beautiful way to burn through your list if that's what you want to accomplish. But I know that's not what you want to accomplish. So remember, we are one-to-one marketing. Okay. So you want to make them feel special, and give them a personal text, right? The preemptive text, or the preemptive strike, as I call it. And that is when you text them and you say, hey, I've got a quick question. When do you have a second? Can I call you right now? And that way, when they're like, oh yeah, for sure, I'm available. Or they're like, no, putting the kids to bed. Great. Can I call you tomorrow? What time? So that preemptive strike is a great way to make sure that they actually answer the phone when you do call. And then that way you can call them to invite them into a business plan overview, or a TLS overview, or a motives overview, or a retail event, a wellness event. So make people feel special, because I know that you've all probably had at least one experience, either growing up as an adult, where you did not get invited to something. And they were like, oh, yeah, I just created a Facebook event. Or, oh, I just assumed you'd know you were invited. It's like, no, it still feels like it hurts, right? It's just like, it's like there's something that sucks about that. And there is something that is so amazing about getting a call from someone who says, I want you to be there. I thought of you. I thought of you. Here's what's going on. Would you come? Would you attend? Would you jump online with me? There is absolutely nothing that replaces the phone call. Now, should you text? Yes. Should you email? Yes. Should you Facebook message? Absolutely. But never, ever, ever, ever forgo the phone call. Okay, unless you want to spin your wheels. And the whole point of this webinar was to make sure that you don't spin your wheels in the next 2 months, as we basically create an opportunity for everybody to explode their business. All right, so there is lots of approaches. Let's go business first. I want to talk about business approaching first, and then we'll talk a little bit about retail. So there's, of course, the direct approach, which is, hey, I thought of you because you're this kind of person, and I'd like you to show you my business. There's the referral evaluation approach, which is the one that JR teaches and has been teaching for eons, and it's the only one that I've ever personally used for business. And then it's product to, retail to recruit. So we introduce them as a customer, they become a happy customer. And then we move them forward into taking a look at that business. And that's, of course, like a no-brainer, right? We should be doing that. Absolutely. Should it be the only way we're introducing people to the business? No, it shouldn't be the only way, but it is one of the ways. The thing that I warn people against is doing something brand new every time, trying a new approach every time, because this business is based on duplication. And when we can duplicate a profitable action over and over and over and over and over again, we can create a residual ongoing income. And when you try to be special, or you try to reinvent the wheel, you do something new every time, it becomes very difficult to become duplicatable. So how we can approach on our social media, right? So we're meeting new people. Maybe you're in motives and you're looking for beauty industry people. You can actually find those people. TLS, we're looking for weight loss. We're looking for health professionals. We're looking, Nutrimetrics, right? So we can find specific types of people on Facebook. And we can just go right for the jugular with a more direct approach, like, hey, my name is Melanie, and I am in the weight loss industry and have been for 20 years. I'm looking to collaborate with other professionals who believe in healthy solutions for weight loss, not diets. Are you open to collaborating? Or, hey, this is a shot in the dark, but I'm looking to collaborate with other professionals in the health industry. Or are you open to that? Or are you married to, whatever it is that their profile says they do, right? Are you married to Remax or Macy's or, Ace Hardware, right? Whatever is going on. So as you're making these connections with people online, Now, if they're open, because this is a cold contact, this is not somebody you know or you know well, maybe you've just connected with them online or through LinkedIn or whatever, and they say, yeah, I am open. Fantastic. It may or may not be for you, but how about we schedule a quick 30-minute Zoom call for me to share with you a little bit more about what I do. I'd like to learn more about you. And if there's some curiosity, we can take next steps. If not, you'll know the right people I should be talking to. Is that fair enough? So you're booking the appointment, but here is how you can start that conversation if you just don't want a whole lot of lead time, a whole lot of relationship building, which can take some time, right? You find some professionals that you think are high quality or, you know, that kind of thing, and you just want to go for it. This is the Elizabeth Weber, Bonnie Philo, tried, tested, and true method here, you guys. Hi, my name is Melanie. I'm an unfranchised owner. I'm looking to collaborate with other people who would like to start a business online to create a significant income. Are you open? So it doesn't matter if you're majoring in the business or you're majoring in TLS or you're majoring in motives. You can tweak this, keep it short, keep it simple, keep it sexy, have them wanting more, right? You don't have to go into a PhD dissertation about what your division does and all of the benefits and why they would want to be open. That's not the point. Okay. The point is to be short, simple, sexy so that you can continue the conversation. Think about it as if you were actually across from them. You are not going to fire hose 1 hour of information before they get to say something. Now, we all know people who do that, and it's really annoying, right? So don't do it on social media either. I hope that helps. Now, your warm market. Is everybody there, by the way? I just want to check in with everybody. If I can just have a little check in and see how everybody's doing. Hey, Steve. Hey, Kim. Hey, Katie. Hey, Julie. Hey, Carl. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I just want to make sure you guys can see me and hear me and everything's good. So far, so good? Okay, excellent. All right, I haven't heard from anybody in a while. Are you guys all like rapidly taking notes or something? Okay, perfect. Thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you. All right, let's do it. All right, warm market, you guys. Warm market. Let's move on to the warm market. These are people you know. These are people that when you call them, probably chances are your face or your phone number, your name is going to show up, right? So it's, hey, got a minute? Got a minute, Butch? You know, Butch is on the webinar here today with us. Got a minute, Butch? Great. I only have one myself. This is a quick business call. I'm looking for a little bit of help, Butch. I'm expanding my business. It's an online retail like franchise, and I'm looking for people I can help with my new products, services, and business. And it may or may not be for you, Butch, and either way is totally fine with me. But I know you'll know the right people, and you'll be able to provide me some great referrals. Would you be willing to help me out, evaluate and learn about what I'm doing, Butch? And then I wait. Now, 80 to 95% of people are just going to say yes. And then you're going to go, great, thank you so much. I have 2 online options right now. I have such and such and such and such. Which works better for you? Now, are you familiar with Zoom or webinars? That's something you're going to want to ask. Okay. Since this is what we're doing now, we are doing all of these Zoom and webinars, right? You want to ask if they're familiar with them, so you know if you need to help them, because this is one-to-one marketing here. Hold on. Doug Nelson, can you help me with the dog? It sounded like somebody came to the door. Hold on one second, you guys. That's not going to help him. Can you take him and put him in his kennel or something? Thanks, babe. You're the best. All right, you guys, you got to hear Rocket Dog being his protective self. So yeah, just turn the setting for dogs off. That'd be great. This is called working from home, right? Some of you will have 7-year-olds, you know, some of you will have dogs, some of you will have, you know, who knows what. And it just set some of your dogs off, didn't it? So what we have here is an opportunity to put people on who some of your friends, some of your family, some of your coworkers, some of your warm market who maybe doesn't know what you do, right? And this may or may not be for them. That's a true statement, you guys. May or may not be for you. Who's the only one who can decide that? Them. So don't be making decisions for them. This is their life. Whether they're interested or curious about a business or not is up to them. And so allow them an opportunity to see this information without any pressure. Because I find that when I go, oh my gosh, you know what, you'd be so good at this and we could make millions together and it would be so fun to be partnered in business together, and just selling something to my friend or my coworker, yeah, that doesn't work. Then they have all this pressure and they don't want to let me down. They don't want to be, pressured into something. And so this is for unfranchised owners only. Yes. So this was not for guests. This was for unfranchised owners. Thanks for clarifying to me. So what we want to do is use this approach because people can make their own decisions. They're adults. And the phone call is not where we're sharing the business plan. The phone call is simply for booking the appointment. That's all we're doing. This shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, right? I'm expanding my business in the health and wellness industry and the weight loss industry, and I'm looking for people I can help with my new product, services, and business. I'm expanding my business in the motives are in cosmetics and skincare. And working with salons, and I'm looking for some people I can help with my new products, services, and business, right? So no matter what division we're in, we can say one sentence about what our business is. One sentence, you guys, that's it. So have your one sentence, what is it, ready to go, so that if you say it in the approach, you're basically eliminating the what is it, and you can book the appointment. Okay, so I might go, hey, Lori, got a minute? Great. I only have one myself as a quick business call. That way, and she knows we're not having a personal conversation, right? Looking for some help. I thought of you because you're always so helpful, and I'm expanding my business, an online franchise retailing business. It's kind of a hybrid company, hard to explain over the phone, but I'm looking for people that I can help with my new products, services, and business. Now, it may or may not be for you, Lori, and either way is fine with me, but I know you're going to know the right people and you can provide me some great referrals. Would you be willing to help me out, Lori, evaluate and learn about what I'm doing? Excellent. Thank you so much. I have 2 online options coming up. Tonight is going to be with my really great friend, Cullen Haskins, or even later tonight is with my really good buddy, Drayton Hodo. So I've got 7:30 or 8 p.m., which works better for you tonight. Great. Are you familiar with Zoom or webinars? Perfect. You're good with them? Great. Fantastic. I'm going to send you the link, and I'm going to give you a call right after. That's the next most important thing you guys need to do, is book the follow-up call for whenever that is going to be. Now, maybe you've got a few guests in the webinar, so you need to kind of time that out. Maybe every 15 minutes, maybe on one the next day, but don't just leave it open-ended like, oh, I'll call you tomorrow, or, oh, I'll call you in the next 24 hours, because then guess what happens? And you guys have had this probably happen if you've ever built a business. They don't answer the phone again. They go cat and mouse. They get busy. I get busy. We forget. Oh my gosh, things happen. So book the appointment for the webinar, but then pre-book the follow-up call. Okay, because the reason that I love this approach, the reason that this is the only one that I've ever used, is because it's the only approach that works immediately into the ABC pattern. Because everybody that you know knows people you don't know. Everyone you know is a door to other people, whether they say yes to the business or no to the business. So let's talk numbers here for a second. You guys ready to put your numbers hat on for a moment? Steve Harris, amazing unfranchised owner, has an audio in the unfranchised audio system called the L Factor. Now, the L Factor talks about how we have about an 80% failure rate. Right? So 8 out of 10 people are going to say, not right now, not a good time. I think that's going to go, I think we're going to see more people become open right now. That's been my experience already. But knowing that we have an 80% failure rate, and that's not failure in a bad way. That's just, this is not this person's right timing for the business. That's great. They might be ready later. Anybody who's been in the business more than 10 years knows it happens. 2 years later, 3 years later, people are like, so you still doing that thing? You still, I'm ready. It happens. They come to you or you follow up with them. So if we know that 80% are going to say no right now, I want to leverage that. I want referrals. And even 2 out of the 8 give me referrals. That means I've added names to my list. That means I've replaced people on my list. I want to work into the ABC pattern, whether they say yes to this thing or whether they say no to this thing. It's the only one that does it. So I say it on the phone. I say it when I'm in front of them. I say it when I'm showing the plan. Who do you know? Who do you know? I'm looking for these kind of people. I'm looking for those kind of people. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. This might be for you. It might not be for you, but I know you'll know people who ... The whole time I'm showing the plan for the very first time, I am getting them to think of people. Because if they do want to see the plan, and we do end up booking an appointment for them to see the compensation, and Mark and Kate come up, right? Everybody knows Mark and Kate. Guess who they put in Mark and Kate? They have already thought of their Mark and Kate, you guys. It's amazing. And so you want to have them thinking of people. And I'm not into recruiting mode until they want more information on the business. Right? So I might do the first half of the business plan. I might do a website tour and the first part of the business plan. I might do a little product preview and talk about their goals. There's all kinds of ways. I might show a video. I might send them a recording if we can't get them on a webinar. It doesn't matter. But if I get them thinking of people, they're either going to give me referrals or they're going to be interested in the business and find their own Mark and Kate because I've already made them think of people. I hope I've pounded this in enough, you guys, that this is the ABC pattern approach. This is the one that leads to people, whether they say yes or they say no to the business. Okay. So what we want to do is ensure a solid appointment, right? I'm talking about maximizing our efforts. I'm talking about being super efficient. I'm not talking about lazy activity here. I'm talking about professional and making sure that we make the most out of this opportunity. Now, every single one of you can do the bottom one. It's what I call the Minnesota Nice tie down. Now, hey, Lori, I promise I won't waste your time because I never waste mine. And for helping me out, and that's if we have a live appointment, can I get you a coffee, tea, or soda? I'll be early and I'll have it ready for you. Now, obviously we can't do that, but you could tell them that you would get them when hey, you know what? When we're all back to hanging out again, I'll get you a coffee. I'll get you a tea on me, right? So that's called the Minnesota Nice one. The one in the middle is for that person in your network, you guys, that is great at keeping their appointments. You know what, Lori, I know you're great at keeping your appointments. You are always on top of it. So I don't need to send you an email, text, or carrier pigeon, do I? Right? It's a little ha, ha, ha. And I've just let her know this is important. Now, the one in yellow is my top favorite one because it's the one that ensures a solid appointment for real. It's actually North Dakota Nice. How about we go Canada, North Dakota, Minnesota Nice? How about we make that? And I know, Lori, you are great at keeping your appointments. There's 2 Loris on the line that are great at keeping their appointments. Perfect. So Lori squared. Here we go. Do you see anything between your schedule between now and then that would prevent you from keeping our appointment, Lori? Great. So if they said, no, I'm going to be there, fantastic. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, Lori. And we go. How about this is actually, now here's the other thing that will happen. Lori will either say, yes, I'm going to be there. You can count on me. Or Lori's going to go, well, you know, the cat's having puppies and we've been marathoning stuff on Netflix and the blah, blah, blahs. And you get the wishy-washy, right? And when you get the wishy-washy, this is what you say. this is actually so important to me, Lori. I would rather book you at a time I know for sure you can make. Can we keep this appointment or shall we book another? Brilliant, right? Brilliant. I have tied down this appointment, or I'm booking another one that's more solid. So I'm asking, I'm being sincere. I'm not being bitchy. I'm not being mean. I'm not being pushy. I'm being a business person, right? Hey, Lori, you see anything between your schedule that would prevent you from keeping this appointment? And then I get the wishy-washy response. You know what, Lori, I could totally understand that. I get it. But this is actually so important to me that I'd rather book you in a time I know for sure you can make. So can we keep this appointment or should we book another one? I just really appreciate your help. Right? So I'm not coming across as desperate. I'm coming across as committed. I'm coming across as committed to my goals and my business. I'm coming across as a leader and as a professional. And that's important, right? I can still be positive. I should be smiling. I should be excited. I shouldn't sound like I want to die on the phone, right? I can sound positive and confident and not come across mean. So I want to ensure that everybody can use this as long as you're smiling and being positive. Now, we want to ensure a great show up rate because on webinars, because it's from home and people get sidetracked, their phone rings, dinner's on the stove, the blinking dog, right? We want to ensure a great show up rate. So we want to be effective and professional. So our reminders need to have a certain kind of language. So if somebody has said, yes, they're going to be there, they're confirmed. I assume they're showing up. Julie says she's coming. And I'm going to go, you know what? So I'm going to text her. So looking forward to seeing you on the online meeting tomorrow, Julie. It's going to be great. Hey, Julie, I'm going to call you right after it's over. Be sure to log on a few minutes early. Hey, so thrilled for the wellness event tonight online. We'll start on time. It's best to log on a few minutes early. Thanks so much. Maybe it's into a business meeting, right? Thanks, Julie, for helping me out. I really appreciate you. See you online. Now, we want to avoid saying things like, I hope you can still make it. Let me know if something comes up. Are you still able to attend? Or you send them nothing. Right? Now, when we use language like hope or let me know if something comes up or, oh, are you still able to attend? We are literally opening the back door for them to take it and not come and not attend. Oh, okay. Well, I don't have to be there. Okay, perfect. I won't be there. I got stuff going on. I want to watch Netflix. Like, you guys don't do that. Okay. Somebody says they're going to attend something. You assume they are, and you use leadership language to confirm and remind. So the top ones are yes, the bottom ones are no. Okay. And this is for live. This is for online. That is what we're doing here, you guys. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. All right. Call workshops, you guys. If you are not in the habit of making regular weekly calls, it's really important to get into the habit. One of the best ways you can do that is through team call workshops. It creates a sense of accountability, and you link arms and you do it together, and you can do it virtually. And I have a little system I call 20-minute magic. Send the 20 or set the egg timer for 20 minutes and then smile and dial, baby. Smile and dial. Okay. So you smile and dial and you go, you just see how many people you can get a hold of in that 20 minutes. Now, I'd ideally do some preemptive texting, right? Remember the preemptive strike? So that they actually answer the phone. So you definitely want to do the preemptive strike on text, but then set the egg timer and go to work. Smile and dial, smile and dial, smile and dial, smile and dial. All right, so teamwork makes the dream work, you guys. I love this. So you guys can all see the chat. Okay, so everybody saw Lori's compliment. Okay, that's funny. All right, so let's keep moving on here, you guys. I thought only I could see all this. All right, the no decision close. All right, were you able to watch the whole presentation? That's the first thing you ask when you've gotten your follow-up call, right? So we've booked them onto the appointment to see the business plan. It's over. Cullen wraps up. Drayton wraps up. Jim Winkler wraps up. Melanie Nelson wraps up. Dennis Franks wraps up. Doesn't matter who's doing the webinar. They wrap up the presentation. You have pre-booked that follow-up call, and it's right after the webinar, or it's 15 minutes after the webinar, or it's the next morning at 9 a.m. Either way, you guys, it's what? It's pre-booked, okay? So were you able to watch the whole presentation? That's not, obviously we're gonna say hi first, right, you guys? So, hey Elaine, it's Melanie. How's it going? Awesome. Hey, were you able, I know, you know, the webinar just ended. I just wanna make sure you were able to watch the whole presentation. Yes? Great, thank you. Now, Elaine might be like, well, I got the first 15 minutes in, but then, you know, my kids started puking and, you know, I had to take care of that, you know, so it might be a good time to rebook. So there's no decision to be made here. So you guys, were you able to watch the whole presentation? Elaine says yes. Great, Elaine. There's no final decision to be made here about our business. The only question you need to answer is, so I know what direction to take our phone call here, is did it raise enough curiosity for you to learn more about the 2 to 3 year plan to continue evaluating it? Elaine is either going to say, yeah, you know what, it did raise some curiosity. I am curious about it. Or, you know what, not really for me, not something I'm interested in, da, 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 da. Now, if it is, I bet you thought of a few people that came to mind, you know, because they probably did. Hey, and let's meet up again. I have such and such and such and such, which works better for you, and then help them create a customer account, right? So you want to capture them on your shop.com site or your TLS Slim site or your Motives Cosmetics site, whatever the case might be. So basically 3 things is happening here. You're asking whether they want more information on the business. You're booking the next appointment, and you're creating a customer account, and you're starting to work into the ABC pattern. We're not trying to close them into the business right after the first time they've seen the plan. We want to qualify our partners. So it doesn't matter if you're brand new and you have no idea what to do at the next appointment. You have no idea. You're like, I don't know what to do. No problem. That's okay. Just book it. You probably have at least 24 to 48 hours to figure it out. You can call a senior business partner and you can figure out what the heck you need to do at that next appointment and probably get some help. So follow up and duplication, right? Just keep booking the next appointment is kind of like Dory, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Just keep booking the next appointment. Doesn't matter if you don't know what that's supposed to be. When you're qualifying business partners, that's what's the most important thing to be doing. Now, they could be phone calls, they could be emails, they could be Facebook messages. We could, I don't know if you can hear my husband singing in the background. I don't think he knows that, even though I told him 3 times that this is a very, very, very important webinar and that it's like go time and live time with Market America, that he remembers, even though I've told him 3 times, how important this is. But if you hear him singing and cleaning the kitchen in the background, that is what's going on. So love it, love it. Okay, you guys don't hear him? Fantastic. I need to tie him down better, don't I, Elaine? You're right. So what are follow-up and duplication appointments? It could be to go over goals. It could be to go over their names list. It could be to see the business plan again. It could be to attend a retail event. It could be to have a 3-way call with your senior business partner. And in between, you can send them UFMS audios. You can send them, you know, text or email them some YouTube videos about our company, about our products, and all that fun stuff. Yes, happy husband, happy life, absolutely. All right, you guys, qualifying partners. Now, ideally, if you're working the 2 to 3 year business plan pace, you want to book appointments every 2 to 5 days. That's the 2 to 3 year plan. Now, if you are not working the 2 to 3 year plan, it's kind of good to just kind of have a mental note like, hey, if I'm booking a week out, if I'm booking 2 weeks out, if I'm just doing this business when I feel like it or when it's convenient, I'm really not building the 2 to 3 year plan. I'm not doing the 8 to 15 hours a week. So But if you want to show that to your potential business partner, you need to be booking every 2 to 5 days so that you have those few appointments every week. And when I'm qualifying a partner, I really want them to do 3 things before I allow them to come on board. This is JR's trial run. And for me, I just call it qualifying, or some people call it onboarding. Number 1 is purchase and love our products. So if they're not already a happy customer, they need to become one, right, you guys? Like, hello. And if they have a problem buying products before they come on board, they're probably going to have a problem buying products after they come on board. So that doesn't create success. All right. Number 2 is purchase a ticket to the major event, right? And that maybe requires some 3-way calls and some, multiple appointments to get them to buy a $200 ticket to the next major event. That's not something I do on the first appointment typically, but I am planting the seeds. And when it's time for them to come on board, it's like, this has got to happen, right? Number 3 is lead me to people. So that's the trial run. That's the ABC pattern. Before someone comes on board as my business partner. And in business, in order to, make commissions, now you can make a lot of money creating a lot of customers and servicing customers with retail profit. Or you can make a little bit of money if you just have a few customers, right? Which is fantastic, either way. But number 3 is lead me to people before they come on board. Okay, so I need I'm going to go over their names list. We're going to, lead to people together. We're going to put people in front of this together. I'm not saying, hey, invite your friends. We'll see you there. I mean, you got to be holding people's hand a little bit with this. Okay. So you're going to help them with the preemptive text. You're going to help them with a call workshop and smiling and dialing and doing it together. Okay. But that's the qualification process. That's what we're doing. So booking appointments is really, at the end of the day, what we are mastering in this business. That's what we're mastering, is just book the next appointment, book the next appointment. Don't leave the appointment without doing what? Booking the next appointment. Okay. So this is the same for retailing. So the same, you guys. If you want to get paid weekly, you got to create weekly BV in your business, discernible weekly BV, like yours, your customers, your personal orders. If your business is not generating weekly BV from your customer orders, that's goal number 1. Because if you're not doing it, how are you going to duplicate it? So weekly BV equals weekly income, okay? Both in retail profit and then in commissions. Wah, wah. So good. All right, so good. You guys, social media is a great place to promote products, but promote as a happy customer. Don't be like, so I'm in business and these are my amazing products and you can buy from them here. Nobody wants to be sold, but they definitely want to buy and they want to know what's good. It's like, I love my isotonics greens, taking them every day or whatever the case might be. Promote them as a happy customer, especially if you're not in the health and wellness industry. You're maybe not a health professional, and you start giving people all kinds of health advice. It's kind of weird, right? Your cousin is like, yeah, you're an accountant. Thanks for the advice. Right? So if you are not a health professional, put them on a webinar with Dr. Nancy or Dr. Cheryl or Dr. Deidre or, our health professionals that are in the company who are providing fantastic information, or somebody else on your team. It doesn't even have to be a health professional. It just needs to be somebody else, because they're not going to listen to you, right? So understand, when you're promoting on social media, no matter what you decide to promote, stay consistent for no less than 6 months. Okay, post 1 to 3 times a week from a sales standpoint, but you should be posting every day from a personal standpoint. If you're not posting every day personally, you're not even showing up in their news feed, guys. So you just got to start posting personally daily, just to get some exposure, just so they know who you are and your name and your face, and they got to start seeing it. All right. Then start integrating some posting, but don't expect everybody to come running and buying immediately. Please don't. You'll be so sad and discouraged, because I don't know anybody who that happened to. And it certainly didn't happen to me when I started using social media. It was 3 months of total crickets. Did not get a single like, comment, customer, 3 months. But I kept at it. And then I started getting a new customer every week. Consistency is king, you guys. All you want to do is create curiosity to create the conversation. All right. That conversation is usually, and you'll see this when you do this, ends up in comments or private messages. Okay. They don't comment on your post, but they'll private message you. That's typically what happens. So in conversational retailing, which is exactly what we would do in conversation online through social media, is you'd listen to people, like, what's going on for you? What have you been doing for that issue? You know, tell me more about it. And then you would share maybe a story or a testimonial, and then you would recommend products or services based on that. But first you got to listen, because nobody cares about your unsolicited advice unless you've shown you care. Okay. So I know that we all want to solve everybody's problems and we want to help everybody. And sometimes we jump into giving advice so quickly that we come across salesy, when I know you're not your intention. Your intention is to help people. However, you have to listen and have that conversation so they know you care first. Then they will listen to your suggestion, possibly. And then just some people like to be miserable. I mean, there's people like that. They really do. They just want to complain and get attention for that and keep doing it. So not everybody's going to be helped, you guys. So it might be like, I had that too, and then I know someone who had that, and then, or my favorite, you know what, Jamie, I may have something to help you with that. It may or may not work for you, but are you open to more information? And I'm not getting into anything. I'm not fire hosing them with science and ingredients and things like that. But I've had maybe a social media conversation with Jamie about what's going on for her. And I say, you know what, Jamie, that sounds horrible. And I might have something that could help you. It may or may not work for you. I know it's worked for other people, but are you open to more information? All right. Remember that conversations on social media should work pretty much the same way that they would work in real life, back and forth, tennis match. Okay. Try to refrain from too much at once. I may have something to help you with that, Jamie. And I can show you where to get it online. I can send you a link. Right. So we are going to be having TLS overviews. There's going to be retailing online opportunities for you guys to plug guests into. That's going to be coming up, and it's going to be coming up probably within your own teams and organizations, and also from our corporate divisions, etc. So when we are inviting into that, because that's what I'm getting into, right? Inviting. 3 touch points: call, text, email, Facebook message, but three touch points in marketing are very important. And you can never, ever forget the phone call, right? They got to feel special. Maybe ask what your guests are interested in learning in, or link it back to what's going on for them. If it's not you speaking, edify who the speaker is. You're going to confirm attendance just like I already showed you how to, okay? But if you really want like 5 people on, I'm going to come back to that. If you want 5 people on your retail, you need to invite 30, 10 will confirm, 5 will show up. That's live. So it might be a little higher with online if you're following these systems, right? So let's see here. We want to invite. Hey, Kathy, this is Melanie. I was just thinking of you. We have this incredible online event coming up. And I'm going to go into what's in it for Kathy. There's going to be all this information on XYZ issue that I know you've been dealing with, and you're going to learn from the best. It's going to be a really cool online platform. All the reasons why Kathy may want to attend. Okay, so as much as possible, you'd be personalizing, not because you want her there, not because, it's like, hey, I really want you to come. Nobody cares what you want. They care what they want. Okay. So I was thinking of you because we have this event coming up. It's going to be an excellent opportunity for us to learn about whatever Kathy might be interested in learning about, whatever features and benefits Kathy would be interested, why Kathy would want to come, not why I want her to come. So we get a confirmation. Can you make it? It's tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Yes or no? Either way is fine with me, Kathy. I just thought of you. That'll be a great opportunity. We book it. Now, just when we're working online, you guys, because at home events, you can just turn to your guest, right? You can literally turn to your guest and do the meeting after the meeting, do the follow-up. But when we are working online, we have to pre-book that follow-up call. That step cannot be missed in this online age here, you guys. That is absolutely crucial. Okay, so we've pre-booked the phone call. I'm going to call Kathy right after. I'm going to call her at 9 a.m. the next morning. And I'm going to give her a call. Now, the presenter, whoever is presenting, should prompt to get with those who are invited and get their website address and purchase the products, right? So the presenters should be doing that. They should be prompting the people to follow up, people to get to the proper websites and place their orders. Okay, so that should be happening from the presentation standpoint. However, you call up your person. So I'm calling Kathy when I told her I'd call her, and we booked that. We agreed upon that time. Now, the first thing I'm always going to ask, were you able to attend the whole presentation, Kathy? Excellent. Thank you so much for attending. Wasn't it great? What did you like best, right? We can talk a little bit about it. Hey, Kathy, let's get you started with a free customer account. I just emailed you over my link to my site. Let's get you started with that free customer account and get you started with the products. Which products for you tonight? And you could do a Zoom. You could do a Skype. You could do a Facebook chat. You could do a way where you can screen share and you can help them check out. You can make this as high touch as you want to, with webinars, Skypes, Zooms, the whole 9 yards. It's so easy to be able to help people show your screen, show their screen, get them started with free customer account, and simply say which products for you tonight. Maybe Dr. Nancy talked about the Daily Essential Kit and vitamin C and vitamin D and aloe, right? So let's say we talked about all 4 products. Which products for you tonight, Kathy? All of them. I've had that said before many times. You know what? I think I just want to start with the Daily Essential Kit. Fantastic. That's a great start, Kathy. Let's put it in your cart. I'm thinking I want to do the Daily Essential Kit and the aloe. Fantastic. Let's get you started with that. Hey, would aloe be good for my brother who has, digestive distress? Aloe has been scientifically proven to help support a healthy digestive system. It may work for him. I don't know, right? We can't diagnose, we can't cure, we can't fix, we can't grow back missing pinky fingers, right? We have to, move people forward with, it absolutely supports cardiovascular health. It absolutely helps bone and joint health, right? We can say those things that are on our website, approved by legal, keeps us in safe harbor, right? And you could share a story, right? Oh, I know somebody, my friend Bonnie, she had that and this really helped her. It might help you too. I don't know, right? That's the safest thing to say if you are not a health professional, okay? So answer questions, put it in their cart, and place the order. Those are the 3 things, right? Hey, were you able to attend the whole presentation, Bonnie? Oh, thanks so much. Wasn't it awesome? Hey, let's get you started with a free customer account. I just sent you my link. All right, let's type you up. Perfect. Which products are we putting in the cart here tonight? Let's get them placed. And then I'm going to give you a call when you receive them. So Bonnie, we're going to set up a time in 5 or 6 days, depending on how long Market America usually takes to ship to that area, because every area is different, right? So I know Bonnie is in North Carolina, so she's going to get her products real quick. So Bonnie, let's schedule a time in 2 days to get on the Zoom again, and I'll go over the products once they arrive. So now that you have them in your hand and they're tactile, I'll show you how to use them again. next appointment, next appointment, next appointment. I'm always booking the next appointment. Okay, so while I'm helping her check out, I'm booking the next appointment to go over the products when she receives them. So I don't want to leave that up in the air, because you know what? It's so easy to forget. And then, you know, they've had the products for a week and you're like, oh my gosh, how you doing? Oh, I'm barely doing anything, right? Like, you know, I'm taking it here and there, right? And so, oh my gosh, right? We've created our own problem. So book the next appointment, you guys. So, hey, this is being recorded. And I will post it. So, but I would love for you to comment with what you learned from this webinar, maybe an aha moment or something, you know, like, oh my gosh, if I just tweak this, it's going to be amazing, because it's going to change everything, or, you know, whatever the case might be. So I did record it, but when I post the recording, comment below on the video about what you learned, so that other people can be inspired to watch it as well, because we all want to be moving our business forward more efficiently, build faster, build with more fun, and maximize our results, right?